matchup, we have a defense that loves to quickly get off the field. The Panthers are #1 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Chargers, who will need to be sharp on offense. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth. We'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, from the home of the reigning NFC champs, there's a look at Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the San Diego Chargers and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down. And it's held in by Ed Dixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Second and 10, Newton again. Buying time to his left. And caught left side, Olsen. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Melvin Ingram is beginning to come into his own as an outside linebacker. Strong, solid, with an excellent first step.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The Chargers try out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down. Completes it to Dixon. And they're able to get this one down to the 25.
Defense.
And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. And now a first down following that long gain. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They keep it on the ground again to Stewart. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
How don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination of whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Trying to punch it in and score. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by Phillip Rivers in his 13th NFL season. And now, Charles, his 11th as the Charger starter. Quite a run.
It's been a terrific run. And somewhere, Charger greats of the past are just looking at Phillip Rivers and saying he's the exact guy to follow in the chain. You know, they've always had guys who can throw it really well, big-time receivers, put up big numbers on offense. Phillip Rivers was the exact right guy to be in San Diego.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This offensive unit, often they rely on the sure-handed Antonio Gates.
We know all about his basketball background, but his football acumen, one of the best tight ends in the league.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. It's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On the run, it's Oliver. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
They go again with Oliver. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up the first down.
19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes really good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Second down, goal to go from the 6. They run, it's Oliver. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Parker, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Will put this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Now a first down throw for Newton. Being chased out left. And he's got room. It's a pickup of 19. And it'll be first down Panthers.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Stewart is the lone setback. Now Newton on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They come out here in the eye. The tight end, Olsen, in motion. Now Stewart on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
This is Stewart again. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Three yards left to grab here on third down. Newton on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. We get a look at the Panthers defense now. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance is amazing. You can get 3 points now. It's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which will be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that.
Yeah, hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Rivers throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rivers now on second down. Caught by Gates, left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Rivers looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Panthers want to continue to give their fans something to cheer about in the second half. The Chargers know it's always hard to come in and get a win on the road, but they're not out of this one yet. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. 3rd and goal. Stewart's going to shift out to the right side, and now they cap off the drive, but they score. Panthers up by a touchdown. Chargers take it early in the second. Williams is by himself here. He would pick up 14 yards and then duck out of bounds. But they end up coming away with just 3 on the drive. 3rd down from inside the 20. Over the middle, Cam Newton will complete the pass, and he cap off the long drive with a touchdown. Panthers go up by 11. That'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get you up to North Carolina for the second half with Brandon in charge. Jets.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
We've got a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Snap count through the defense off. 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
Midfield at the 49. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now a play fake here on first down. Backing up. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Stewart is the lone setback. From his goal line here, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Come on now. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Newton gives off to Stewart. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, of one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
To throw on second down is Newton. Forced out to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it's third down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's working inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Flushed out right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. San Diego getting set to go. One receiver left, that's Allen. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Looking for Allen, he's got him on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And that's complete to Gates. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 there. Check.
Second down, Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Again, it's Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On first and 10, Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They'll get 19 yards there. And it'll give the Chargers a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Benjamin with it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll throw again. Rivers. He's got time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook before the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Rivers again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it. That would be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on it, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. To the air again here, Rivers. That one has it, left side. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
All right, so the call stands. Tough now. They're out of challenges. Do you like the amount of challenges they have in the NFL?
I do, because I think it brings a little extra strategy into the game about a head coach trying to determine when is the right time to pull the challenge flag, or maybe I let that one pass because I might need it later on.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Second down following the incompletion. From the gun, Rivers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So the D-line's going to spread out. Rivers now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Antonio Gates, the veteran tight end, was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, run in the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off. after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Third and short yardage, Rivers. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Chargers defense gearing up to take the field. Coming off that fumble recovery last time, so maybe they come out here with bigger eyes, a little bit more excitement.
No doubt about it, and I would hate to be a guy in the NFL nowadays that has the football in his hands. Because in the old days, you just worried about getting tackled. Now, they're trying to strip the football, create the takeaways, and that's often more embarrassing than getting knocked to the ground.
Have they gotten much better since your playing days at stripping the football?
So far beyond what we used to talk about. Our thing was just...
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. The tight end, Olsen, in motion. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Now it's Newton. And he gets it to Funches complete. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Stewart. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. They come out here in the eye.
Set. 56, 56.
This is Stewart. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Well, Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line, they could move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
A little black in the back. Offense.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Carolina, it's It's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we